All right, and we're live. Welcome to the first ever video on this channel. And yeah, this one's for you if you've ever seen the clock at 4 a.m. for a month straight or found yourself yearning to some Jeff Buckley late at night. Um, I want to speak about a book today that I should have read a lot earlier and honestly more often because this is one of these books you can just keep coming back to and you should. Um, and yeah, I'll speak about how this book helped me, what it taught me, and how it might help you if you keep finding yourself in situationships. So the book is attached by, wait, let me check, Emir Levin and Rachel Heller. You can just get this anywhere you get books. Um, and yeah, funny story. Actually, the first time I read this was pretty much this time last year, last spring. And I bought it at a bookstore when I was on a foreign semester. Um, and the cashier at the bookstore, when I walked up to the counter with the book, she actually was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, you have to read this." So yeah, that's why it is the situationship Bible. So yeah, I'll summarize this briefly. I don't want to speak too much about how like I've noticed these patterns in myself, maybe for another time, but the premise is that basically people have three different attachment styles, so ways they approach romantic relationships or honestly just any kind of emotional closeness. And then there's a fourth kind of version that's a mix of two of these. So, but honestly, that isn't that relevant, or it's more of an add-on. So, yeah, the first one, the first attachment style, is called the secure attachment. Basically, this is the way it should be. This is sort of the ideal way to approach relationships, and this is just someone who is very comfortable with like being close, but also essentially doesn't panic when like someone pulls away, stops texting, and just has more trust in people. And this is just a person that yeah can handle conflict and is consistent, but also expects consistency. So someone who will not like be afraid to cut someone off if there's obvious issues. And but the sad thing is, yeah, most of us are not that way. So the anxious attachment is likely what basically is the one that has people on the receiving end of situationships, and excuse me. So this is the overthinker. This is someone who constantly fears for the relationship, who reads like signals into everything, whether it's text or whether it's like the tone of the person last time you spoke. And this is just someone who needs a lot of assurance and who especially struggles with this if it's like a relationship or a dynamic that isn't well established. So yeah, like double texting, getting super attached, but also like really easily sort of spiraling into being really needy. And the third attachment style, again, like super relevant to situationships, is the avoidant attachment one. And this is just the person that's super emotionally unavailable. Um, Sort of, yeah, a person who's very independent, doesn't need anyone, and closeness is really difficult for these people. So these are just people who don't really open up emotionally, and crucially, they pull away when things get like when people get close. So yeah, this sort of shows or this manifests if you're talking to someone who has avoidant attachment style. This is just someone who like seems very into you at first, then is very different and just mixed signals. So yeah, just someone who's very guarded and needs space. And yeah, the fourth one, as I said, the fourth attachment style is kind of a mix of anxious and avoidant, called fearful avoidant. And this is just really like even more inconsistency, even more of this dynamic where first you're super close and then that person pulls away. So this is honestly like even worse than facing an avoidantly attached person. But yeah, the main situationship thing in the book actually does this really well because it shows you how you can identify which of these styles you are and how you can change that. And then it just gives the interaction. So when two people of a certain attachment style meet, and the traditional situationship one is this clash between anxiously attached people and avoidantly attached people. And this is just basically it makes it worse. Like both attachment styles complement each other for the worse. So the anxious attachment person like wants more closeness, and ironically, the more undefined or the more uncertain the relationship is, the more they want closeness, the more they'll sort of demand closeness or look for that. And the avoidant attached person wants space. And again, like here, the more the other person double texts or says they're interested, the less that person is to actually reciprocate that. So it's just yeah, it's a spiral, and the behavior just yeah complements each other, and it just keeps increasing. So yeah, so if you ever found yourself in a bad situationship, chances are you were the anxious person and the other person was the avoidant one. And yeah, reading this really helped me for the first time because it's I mean, obviously it's overly simplified. Like it's not that any person is just one of three attachment styles, and there can be a lot of other things. But just seeing the patterns of an anxious person talking to an avoidant person really helped me, and sort of recognizing that in myself. And the book does give you ideas to work on, especially if you're anxious, like how to question your behavior or how to sort of maintain a distance or yeah, keep your cool a little bit more. So, dude, honestly, yeah, just read the book. Like you can get it. Yeah, you can like buy an audiobook or just download a PDF. I don't know if that's allowed, but you can do that. So yeah, this video really should just give you a bit of an introduction to the book. I couldn't summarize it in these couple minutes, but it's really worth it. Like, just read into it if you've ever seen the situationship pattern. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there online, and even this video that speaks about situationships. But if you really want something concrete, if you really want like something you can work with, recognize patterns, then I think this book will really help you. And yeah, like know that whatever your pattern is, whatever your situation is, like someone else or millions of people are experiencing the exact same thing. So yeah, read the book. Thank you for watching. And if you did stick around until here, yeah, I'd really appreciate it. Like leave a comment, share your experiences with this, maybe with the book. And yeah, speak to you soon, hopefully.